Hi everyone, Mike here, and welcome to my video series where I am building a PartsCaster. So, I've been playing guitar for about 21 years, right? And by no means am I a master, nothing like that. I still have a lot to learn, and to that end, I wanted to learn more about guitar, right? Yeah, I've played for a lot, but I do a lot of noodling. I wouldn't necessarily say I still kind of practice hardcore, so I wanted to get kind of back into that. I've been playing an Ibanez S series for about 15 years, right? That's been my main electric guitar, right? And I got it as a graduation gift, right? So that's the only guitar I've played. So I wanted to broaden my horizons. So I wanted to get a new guitar, right? But as I'm searching for different guitars, I also thought, hey, why not take the opportunity to try to learn more about guitars and how guitars and everything work? So that's kind of where I started looking into luthiering, right? Building, repairing, doing that kind of stuff to a guitar, which I've never done before. So I started looking at videos and stuff online as well on building a PartsCaster, right? And for those of you who don't know, that is when you buy the different parts separately and build and put everything together, from the body to the neck to the pickups, do all the wiring, all that great stuff. I've never done anything like that before, so I thought it'd be great to document it, right? So that I can learn and hopefully other people can learn. So, a lot of stuff that I'm gonna do is not gonna be perfect. I'm always open to comments or any suggestions and any help, really. So to simplify things a little, I thought, hey, let me try to buy a cheap guitar and see if I can get it to sound great. Learn about the wiring, learn about the neck work, do sanding, all that kind of good stuff, right? And even that ended up being a bit of a mess because I'd ordered on Amazon. It said it was going to get here in 4 weeks. I was like, okay, let me wait, learn more. 4 weeks go by, nothing. All right, so I had to cancel that. Then looked online on eBay and stuff for another one. So I was finally able to buy one for relatively cheap, around $140. I like that it was kind of like a green burst Stratocaster style, of course. Looks like it has a rosewood neck, and I say that because the description on the item said stained maple. Not really sure. Also said the material of the neck was ash. Could be. But from what I'm looking at, it kind of looks more like a rosewood. So I don't know. But I've already done a little bit of work on that guitar, not too much. So I thought about making this video and documenting this process actually after I began kind of working with the guitar and doing things with the guitar. So I do got some pictures, I do got some stuff, and this is really like a part one type video, right? Where I'm kind of getting started. So I got the guitar and let's get right to it then. So this is the guitar. This is how it looked out of the box, and I screwed in the tremolo bar, of course. Now I bought this used on eBay, green burst, maple neck, and what looks like a rosewood fretboard. And it was a very light guitar. And I had not heard of K-tone guitar before. Reviews online seem to suggest the manufacturing quality is kind of all over the place, i.e. sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. This, however, I did think was okay. Though there are some things I want to upgrade, and I will upgrade, I don't think it's actually that bad. Now, first thing I did, of course, was take the strings off and look at the pickguard. I think this guitar would be great with a black pearl pickguard and white humbucker, single humbucker pickup configuration. I bought this cold though, so I didn't know what it supports, and I was ecstatic to find that it indeed looks like it could support the humbucker, single humbucker. That is definitely a modification I will be doing. So, since I wanted to play it, I taped off around the neck, sanded the edge of the neck. The frets were actually not that bad, right? And I started using the F1 oil on the neck. The neck did seem pretty dry to me, so I let it soak in for a couple minutes and did that about twice. And after that, I took some very fine-grained steel wool and cleaned the neck. Then, using the Dunlop 65 cleaner and polisher, I cleaned the body. Now, the back of the neck is actually a bit big. It is 21 frets, and I really did get this guitar because I like the body. So I want to replace this neck with a better neck. I'll keep rosewood. I'll try to find a 22 fret neck that is also thinner. And I did find one already online, and I am waiting for it to get here. Now, I do not want to break the bank for all these modifications because this is my first build, so I'm limiting what I am spending. But it is still possible to build an awesome Flowcaster PartsCaster with great and expensive parts. And of course, to lubricate the nut, I didn't have any lubricant at hand, so I used good old mechanical pencil lead. Now, I was testing out the tremolo bar. The tremolo screws in. It's a 6-hole vintage style bridge, and I want to replace this with a better bridge. I'm a big fan of floating bridges, and I know these kinds of bridges can be made to float. So if I end up getting like a similar vintage style made in Mexico tremolo bridge or anything like that, I will float it. But I do want to take a look out there at what's available in the realm of floating bridges. This guitar also came with these strings and picks. The strings were bent out of shape, but I'm going to go ahead and use them because I do want to upgrade the neck, and when I do that, I will be replacing the strings again. So for now, just because I want to be able to play it, I'll put on these strings. I don't have the radius tools for measuring string action yet, and since I'm going to be replacing the neck, tremolo, pickups, I did not really want to spend too much time adjusting the string action just yet, so it is pretty high. It does look like whoever set this up just set all the strings to the same height across the bridge. I do not have a fancy electric tuner yet, I will eventually, but I do have this trusty tuner string cutter combo. This little tool I've been using for a couple of years now, bought it real cheap, and has proven itself super useful. Now with the guitar ready, let's see how it sounds. So while playing the guitar, I realized how high the action was. So I still have some modifications I wanted to do to the guitar, right? Specifically 3 kind of big modifications. Number 1, the neck, right? So this is a 21 fret neck. I want to get a 22 fret. I'm going to keep it rosewood. I'm a big fan of rosewood, and I know people say, you know, rosewood and maple, you know, they don't really make that much of a difference. And I agree, but I still like rosewood. I just think it looks nice. It's nice dark color. I actually did look for ebony necks, and those are expensive, right? Ebony is an expensive type of wood, it seems. So sticking with a nice dark rosewood because I like those style of necks. And then of course replace the tuning pegs, replace the string trees, do that kind of thing. So that's kind of the modifications number 1. And I did find a neck that fits those specifications, so to speak. So I've ordered it, and hopefully it'll come, and I'll do another video on that. Modification number 2, the tremolo, right? This comes with a 6-hole vintage style tremolo. And I know, and I'm a fan of floating bridges, and I know you can float these kinds, but overall I want to look to see if there's different kinds of tremolo that I can get without breaking the budget. I know the Vega and the Blade Runner tremolos are expensive. They're on the high end. So I was looking for a cheaper tremolo, right? And if I do end up with just getting like a stock made in Mexico Stratocaster tremolo, which are great, definitely an upgrade on this, I will float that as well and use that as a floating bridge and modify it for that. But I'm kind of looking at different brands as well. And again, any suggestions people have, I'll be happy to hear. Modification number 3, pickups. I do want to change the kind of pick guard color. Now the pick guard color is kind of an easy change to swap that out. The bigger one is going to be switching it to the humbucker, single humbucker, right? So again, I am looking kind of online, looking for pre-wired sets, right? So that I can do kind of minimal soldering. I have soldered before, so I'm not like unfamiliar with soldering, but let's just say I'm not the greatest solderer. So yeah, I'm just looking for a humbucker, single humbucker, and hope to be able to find a great one. And again, any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. I'll make sure to read them. So those are really the kind of 3 modifications that I'm looking to do to this guitar. I think overall, I've been playing it. I don't think it sounds terrible right now, honestly. The work that I did on the neck and fretboard, sanding it, like I've seen a huge improvement in playability. So that wraps it up for now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Wednesday Club. And as always, rock on.